We use a number of different investigative tools and equipment to do investigations. Most of the tools that we use, we initially began to use, was not developed for ghost hunting. They had other purposes, but we kind of adapted them for ghost hunting. We have what's called an EM pump, and an EM pump is a little black box about this size. When you throw the switch, what it does is it produces an electromagnetic field. It sends out a wave of bursts of electromagnetic energy out of this little box. And the theory behind that is, if you believe that ghosts are a form of energy and of residual energy, because they do affect things, lights flicker, TV sets turn off and on, and so forth, and they react with electrical equipment sometimes, that these devices, as they throw out these bursts of energy, might be enough energy to feed the ghost, so to speak. You're giving them energy to manifest in an EVP or a video or an audio or a sound or something of that nature. It's like giving food for the ghost. We use a Van de Graaff generator. It's about an 18-inch device which you plug into the wall, and it generates a huge static field, static electricity in the air. It's the same electricity as you walk across the carpet and you touch a piece of metal and you get zapped. We have a full spectrum camera that we use, which picks up not only the visible light spectrum, but also the infrared and the ultraviolet. So that's why it's called the full spectrum. It picks up all the visible and invisible light on both sides of the spectrum. We use Sony night shot infrared cameras and digital infrared cameras that we can shoot in total darkness. We have listening devices that we can actually, they're called bionic ears, that we can actually put on and we can hear the slightest whisper from across, like 200 yards away. So that's very good if there's disembodied voices or very little subtle sounds that you're listening for. You can actually record those at the very same time. We have devices that pick up very subtle temperature drops called the digital pyrometer, which can literally give you an instantaneous temperature reading. And that's good if you're walking into an area that suddenly you feel a cold spot. It'll register from the cold spot back to room temperature instantly. If you pop this in a freezer, it might show 30 degrees. You pull it out, it goes back to 70 degrees, just like that, just that quickly. And that's what you need in ghost hunting. You need that instant temperature reading. There are so many other devices that we're using, we're trying to employ, including a laser grid. It's a laser projection tool that actually projects a bunch of green dots all over the wall. The idea behind that is you put that on a tripod and you project it in an area where there have been reports of shadow images or shadow people, and you watch for any of those green dots to be interrupted, because if something walks, you would see the shadow break the beam of those dots, and you can record that actually. So if a shadow figure or a shadow walks through that area, you'll see those dots blink off and on as the shadow walks through the series of dots, and it covers an entire wall. So there's a lot of different things we've been trying throughout the years, and as technology increases and gets better and better, just trying all different types of tools.